Welcome to our channel. Today we'll knit such a hat with an interesting top. It is knitted circle-wise. You can use either needles number 3 or 3.5. For the volume of the hat, 54 centimeters. We'll knit 100% of merino yarn. We have there 50 grams in 100 meters. We'll need a little more than 2 skeins. Also we'll need some markers and a needle. I think many of you met such a hat in the internet, so you can knit it together with me. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Let's start knitting. We cast on 99 stitches, 98 stitches for a hat, and 1 stitch to connect the stitches in a circle. Take the needles. We'll cast on the stitches with elastic edge. Next, enter under the thread between the thumb and the pointing finger and lead the thread to the pointing finger. Catch it, then lead the thread to the thumb. Catch a thread and enter a needle into the stitch on the pointing finger. Cast off. We have 2 stitches on the needles. Then you repeat. Lead the needles to the pointing finger, to the thumb, and to the stitch on the pointing finger. Cast off. Next stitch. Like that we cast on the number of stitches we need. Again, enter the needles under the thread on the pointing finger, then under the thread on the thumb, and enter the needles in the stitch on the pointing finger. Cast off. Cast on the number of stitches you need. Again, enter the needles under the thread on the pointing finger, like that, then to the thumb, catch the thread. And once again, enter the needles under the thread on the pointing finger, then to the thumb, catch the thread, and enter the needles in the stitch on the pointing finger. Cast off. We have such stitches. We cast on 99 stitches. I cast on 99 stitches. As I said to you before, 98 stitches we need for a hat and 1 stitch to connect the others in a circle. Next, we connect the stitches in a circle. For that, we take a stitch from the left to the right needle. One moment. So we take a stitch from the left to the right needle. And the float, cast off, and return to the left needle. Tighten the thread carefully, place the marker, and knit a rib 1 by 1. Knit 1 knit, 1 purl, 1 knit, 1 purl, 1 knit, 1 purl. We knit purls front in the first row. Next we'll knit them back. Here we have such cast on stitches. Next, knit, a purl. Continue knitting like this till the marker. I knitted the first row of the rib. Next, knit a knit front, a purl back. Knit like that, a rib till the length we need. Again, knit a knit front, a purl back, a knit again, and again a purl. So continue knitting like that, a rib 1 by 1 till the height you need. I knitted a rib till the height I needed. Next, we'll close such a top as in this hat. We'll also knit the markers. I divided a rib into 2 halves. Here is our thread, look. And we cast on 98 stitches for a hat. Divide 98 by 2, it's 49 stitches. Here is our thread. I counted 49 stitches and place the marker. I must also have 49 stitches on the other side. We divided the head into two halves. We also need to middle those two halves. We need to count 49 minus our 11 stitches. These are our 11 stitches, as you see, and count 19 stitches from the beginning of the row. So 49 minus 11 is 38 stitches. We middle it, it's 19 stitches. Count 19 stitches from the beginning of the row. Let's do it. So we must have from the beginning and from the other side 19 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and place a marker here. Then count 11 central stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And here must be also 11 stitches left until that marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We divided this side. Look at the ready-made head. 19 stitches. Next 11 our central stitches. Next 19 stitches. We divide the second part of the head the same way. Turn. Here is the middle of our head. Count 19 stitches from it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And place a marker here. Next count 11 central stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And here also place a marker. And there must be 11 stitches left at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Next, look, we need to have 11 stitches starting with a knit stitch. That's why we'll replace the marker here. From that side, from the other side, we have 11 stitches starting and ending with a knit here. We have another situation from the first side. That's why we need to replace the marker on one stitch only. And now we have here 18 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And there are 20 stitches. And we'll make them even at the end. There must be 20 stitches. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Next we start casting off in a head. How? We'll cast off the first stitch among 11 central stitches. Knit 18 stitches as far as we replace the marker. And cast off a stitch before the marker with the previous stitch. Knit next 11 stitches and we cast off the 11th stitch with the next. Okay, I will show you it. So that is the beginning of the row. Knit till that marker. knitwise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and cast off the 18th stitch with the previous one. Put away the marker and we knit the 11th stitch over the previous stitch. We replace them and cast off. Place the marker back and knit them together. That is the 11th stitch. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stitch of our central stitches. The 10th, we need to cast off the 11th stitch with the previous one. Cast off like this, take off the 11th stitch, knit the next one and the float. Here we cast off the stitch. Like that. Place a marker back and continue knitting knitwise till that marker. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 stitches we have. Here replace the marker. We have equal number of stitches here from both sides, as you remember. Then continue knitting 18 stitches. We cast off the 19th stitch. 1 stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and cast off the 19th stitch. Put away the marker. Turn the stitches so that the 11th stitch is over the previous one. Place the marker afterwards back and knit together. Next count. That was the first stitch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And again, cast off the 11th stitch with the previous one. Take off the stitch. Knit the next one, a float, and return the marker. Knit a rib one by one till the end of the marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 stitches we have. Like that, you cast off in every row. Let's knit once more. Here is the beginning of the row. Replace the marker and knit a rib till the pink marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and cast off the previous stitch together with the first stitch. So replace them, place the marker back, Next, that is the first stitch, knit them together, done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and knit the 11th stitch together with the next one. Take off the stitch, put away the marker, knit the next one, and float, and cast off. Place the marker back, then knit knitwise till the central set of stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 stitches. Then move to the next side. Like that you cast off. Again knit knitwise till the pink marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 stitches. Next stitch you cast off, take it off, put away the marker, replace them, and knit together. It was the first stitch. Like that. Done. The second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, the ninth, and the 10th. Cast off the 11th stitch, knit it together with the next one, take off, knit the next knitwise, afloat, cast off, place the marker back, and knit till the end of the row, a knit and a purl. We did the second casting off. Like this you cast off in every row. Replace the marker and cast off. Look, we cast off here, we need 2. The last and the first stitch from the 11 stitches together. And also knit the 11th stitch with the first one among the next stitches. Cast off here and the same way from the other side. Let's cast off again and you'll do the same further. Knit next a knit and a purl till the marker. Having left 1 stitch. Put away the marker. You can knit like this together, but I knitted the previous hat and it looked better if I replace the stitches. So please replace them. Place the marker back, knit together. That is the first stitch from the central stitches. Count 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the 11th stitch. Again, take off the marker, cast off, knit a stitch, afloat, cast off, and place the marker back. Next, knit a rib one by one till the marker. That is our central part. We cast off the same way. We continue knitting a rib one by one till our central stitches leaving one stitch left. Here it is. Take off the marker, replace the knit with the purl for the first knit to be over the next stitch. That was the first stitch among the central stitches, the second, the third, the fourth stitch, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, the ninth, and the 10th. Cast off the 11th stitch, take off the marker, knit the next stitch, a float, cast off, and place the marker back. When you knit more, you can take off the markers. So when you see the pattern, it will be noticeable. Continue knitting a rib one by one till the end of the row. I think it's clear. We finished with the third row of casting off. Finish knitting till the central first stitch and cast off the first stitch with the previous one and the 11th stitch with the next one. Like this on one side, cast off the same on the other side. Cast off the first stitch with the previous one and the 11th stitch with the next one. We cast off. I'll cast off and go back to you. I almost finished with casting off. Here I had less stitches at the beginning. Here I have 3 stitches left. There are 5 left. Here knit is in a usual way, 1 knit and 1 purl. Next, cast off as you did before. Replace the knit together with the first stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And take off the 11th stitch and knit together not 1 but 2 stitches. We cast off 1 stitch. Done. A float and continue 1, 2, 3 stitches. We move to the other side. Here also continue casting off. We move to the second side. We have 4 stitches before casting off. Knit a purl, a knit, and a purl. So 4 stitches are left, as you see. Knit a purl, a knit, a purl. Again, replace stitches. Knit together 11 central stitches. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Knit the 11th together with the next stitch. 1, 2, 3. We have 3 stitches left from both sides. Let me catch back the stitches on the other side, one moment. Here we have 2 stitches left. There are 3. This row, we don't cast off at the beginning, as far as we had here 2 stitches only, but we cast off all the rest stitches to have even number of stitches. Knit a knit, like that. Knit a purl. Here also knit a stitch without casting off. Here start casting off. A purl, a knit. Here are 2 stitches left, and there also. Move to the second side. Here also cast off. A purl, a knit. Done. You must have 2 casting off more left. Look, you have 2 stitches before 11 central ones, and there also 2. Same on the other side. So do yourself those 2 casting off till the end. We'll graft 11 remained stitches all together, from both sides. We've done with casting off in the head. Now you must have 11 stitches on one needle and 11 stitches on the other needle. We need to graft them. For that, we'll take knits to the second needle and purls to the marker. So take away the knits, take away purls to a marker, like that you take off from 2 needles. Done with the first needle. Let's do the same with the second needle. Again, we'll need the second marker and 1 more needle. Take away the purls to the marker. So we have knit stitches on the needles. We'll take a needle and graft the remaining stitches. So we have knit stitches on the needles. And now we have to graft the remaining stitches. Take a needle, enter it into the stitch on the first needle, cast off, Then enter it into a stitch of the second needle and cast it off also. Again, enter a needle in the first stitch and catch the next stitch. Then enter into the same stitch of a previous needle and catch the next stitch. Again, enter the needle into a stitch which we cast off and catch the next stitch. Next, that is the stitch which we cast off, and enter the needle into the next stitch. Again, enter the needle into a stitch which we cast off and enter into the next stitch. Again, enter the needle into a stitch of the second needle and catch the next stitch. Again, enter the needle into a stitch and catch the next stitch. Again, do the same with the second needle, like that. Again, enter the stitch, catch the next stitch, here find the last stitch which you cast off and catch the last stitch on the needle. Enter again in the stitch which was on the first needle, and enter again into the stitch of the second needle. Now we move to the reverse side. There we'll also grab the stitches. Now I'll move the stitches from the markers to the needles. We have purls on the markers and we'll take them to the needles, and we'll grab the needles on the reverse side. Next we grab the stitches from the reverse side. I took the stitches from markers to the needles and took a needle to grab them. Enter into a stitch, the first stitch on the first needle, cast off, then enter a needle into the first stitch on the second needle. Then again, enter into the stitch which was on the first needle and catch the next stitch. Then again, enter into the stitch which was on the second needle and also catch the next stitch, like that. Like that we grab till the end of the row. Enter into the needle we cast off and then catch the next stitch. Again, enter into the stitch which was on the second needle and catch the previous one. Again, enter into a stitch which was on the first needle and we cast it off. And enter into the next stitch on the needle. Enter the needle into the stitch which was on the first needle next, and we as well cast it off. And into the next stitch on the needle. Again, enter the stitch and catch the next stitch. Here we grafted. Now fix here the thread and hide it then. Cut off the ends of the thread and hide it yourself. Turn the head to the front side. So we have such a top, such a head. Again, hide the ends of the thread then yourself. We have a head with such a top. Thank all for watching. See you later. Bye bye. Good day. See you later.